What is going on, guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel and welcome to another video. So it's Thursday evening, which generally tends to mean in this household that it's date night. And if you're in a relationship, I would definitely recommend it, having at least one date night per week. So it's date night. I'm gonna cook a really cool dinner. It's actually a recipe that I just shared on my Instagram. It's Monday today when I uploaded this. I shared it on Thursday, so if you want to go see a quick version of this, go over to my Instagram. If you want to see the full, in-depth, detailed walk and talk through version of this recipe, keep watching this video. So what are we going to be making? We're going to be making...
Maybe she's here.
Hey, Pop.
She's there.
Hey, Baz. What are we making, Megan? We're making Nandos. It's a nation's favourite. It's quite a modern new restaurant, but it's spread like wildfire and it's the nation's favourite because it's just delicious. And actually, I think they were shut down during lockdown and they've actually started opening up their restaurants. So, after you've made this delicious homemade recipe for yourself, go and support Nandos because restaurants especially... No, we don't want that shutting down. Imagine that. That would be a tragedy. But restaurants in general need your support. So as soon as you can get out to restaurants, go and support them. Give them your money. I'm going to be making a 100% homemade, as I just said. It's going to be a recreation, so it's going to be my own take on it. And of course, it's going to be more healthy, lower in calories than the Nando's version if you were to go in the restaurant. And so what exactly are we making? We're going to be making a piri-piri butterfly chicken breast with a side of piri-piri salted chips and corn on the cob. And now first up we need to make our piri-piri sauce. We're going to marinate our chicken and it's going to be absolutely delicious.
What is it that George says from MasterChef?
Inspired.
Why does he say that? Does it make sense?
I don't know. Are you excited for date night?
Bazzy, are you excited for date night? Are you excited for date night?
So, to kick today's recipe off, you need to preheat your oven to 180 degrees Celsius. I believe that's about 350 to 360 degrees Fahrenheit. Then you want to grab yourself 2 sweet red peppers. You could use ordinary red bell peppers if you wish. Chop the ends off, take out all that stuff in the middle and then chop them into large pieces. Repeat for your red onion and then de-skin your cloves of garlic. Chop your lemon in half and then we're going to transfer everything to a baking dish. Wrap your cloves of garlic in tin foil before placing into the baking dish. Add a tablespoon of olive oil and season generously. Okay, so at this point I'm actually going to change this recipe for the piri-piri sauce slightly from the one that you would have seen on my Instagram. And I'm going to do that by taking out the lemon. So I'm not going to be roasting the lemon and I'm not going to be roasting the garlic. And so the reason I'm taking out the lemon is because I think when you roast it, it becomes a little bit more bitter. And I actually just want to experiment and put the raw lemon juice into the sauce when we blend it up later, and I want to see the difference in the taste. So that's one slight difference and pretty much the same reasoning for the garlic. So you can try it either way, try both ways and see which one you prefer. So 30 minutes later, we've got our delicious red pepper and red onions come out the oven. So obviously we're gonna chuck this all in a blender and we're gonna blend it up. So the onions and peppers need to go in to the blender. Wait for it, wait for it. I like that sound. And then we're gonna go in with the juice of our lemon, unroasted lemon. You can roast the lemon if you want. Experiment, see what flavours you prefer. I'm guessing this is gonna keep it a bit more sort of tangy, a bit more sharp, rather than adding a bit more bitterness if you were to actually roast that lemon. And then the same with the garlic, 4 cloves of garlic straight in, about a handful of basil. That's all I've got. I've got another basil in that room, but in the fridge, this is the only basil I've got. 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Now this is where it becomes more healthy than other recipes that you might see, because if you went on another recipe it might tell you to put about a gallon of olive oil in, and then it's going to be really high in calories. I've made this plenty of times before. There's enough liquid basically to use with that amount of olive oil in, which is what we want to make sure we have. And then 2 tablespoons of red wine vinegar, tablespoon of oregano. Favourite herb. Actually, basil's my favourite herb. I've got too many. I've got 3 favourite herbs.
Is basil your favourite herb or basil herb?
No, coriander is. I've got to be honest. Coriander's my favourite herb. Tablespoon of paprika. A generous amount of salt. I think this is maybe where I tripped up before, not adding enough salt, because, you know, salt enhances all the other flavours at the end of the day. And then pepper. Generous amount of pepper. And then we get to the real stuff, the exciting stuff. I've got some dried whole bird's eye chilies here. So bird's eye chilies they're spicy, you know, that's what they're known for. So I'm gonna add 2 in. Got Megan over there who doesn't like spice, as you guys know. So I'm just gonna put 2 in, and that should be spicy enough to keep me happy and not spicy enough to keep Megan happy. And then, of course, we're gonna blend it up. Okay, so the sauce is blended. Look at the colour of that. So it looks different from the type of peri-peri sauce that you'd buy in the Nandos branded one from the supermarket. Tastes so good. So fresh. I don't know what they make their peri-peri sauce out of, but this is the way I like to make it. I think I prefer it without roasting the lemon or the garlic. I think it's just a bit fresher, and the citrusy notes of the lemon sort of lift the sauce up, which is what we want. So, what next? We need to get our chicken marinated, okay? Megan, what type of breasts do we like?
Chicken. Squishy. Firm.
Big?
Sag.
Big breasts?
Small. Well,
No, not big breasts, come on.
I don't have big breasts, so you should like big
The correct answer is butterflied.
Okay.
So you're not gonna have to chew through a massive big piece of chicken. It's gonna cook faster, and I've run out of reasons why to butterfly your chicken breast. So place your chicken breast on the chopping board, palm down on top of the chicken breast, and then you wanna slice through the middle as much as you possibly can, otherwise we're going to be left with unevenly sized pieces of chicken breast. Transfer your chicken to a bowl and add your delicious peri-peri sauce, but don't forget to reserve some for later. And so why do we want to reserve some of this delicious peri-peri sauce? Well, one, so we can actually brush it onto the chicken when we're frying it later on, so it's not too dry. Another reason could be to add that to some mayonnaise. And what have you got yourself? Some peri-peri mayonnaise.
I was like, you waiting for me?
I was, I didn't know if you were listening to me. Peri-peri mayonnaise, that's as simple as that. So, all that's left to do now for the chicken is mix it in with your hands, massage that all in, and then we're gonna cover it, we're gonna stick it in the fridge, and we're gonna leave it to marinate for 3 hours plus. Now, the time is 6:47. I don't want to be making this at 9:47. So I'm not actually going to marinate it for 3 hours, but we'll see. I'm going to go lift some weights, we'll come back, see what time it is, get the chips on, and we'll see how long this has been marinating for. But 3 hours plus or overnight for best results. So I have had a workout, I've had a shower, hence why my hair is wet. I'm weighing out my potatoes. I'd say ideally per person you want between 300 to 400 grams of potatoes for the chips. I've only got 600 there, so on the skimpy side a little bit. Of course, this is going to be our main source of carbs. So if you are watching your calories, if you're trying to cut, if you're trying to lose weight, then you'll probably want to bring the amount of potato down a little bit. How do we chop our potatoes? So I've got one big potato here. So I'm going to chop it in half, and then put it down on the flat side, and then if you think about the size of chips, you know, I don't know how big that is, maybe an inch, a bit less than an inch, a couple centimeters. So we're just gonna start slicing it that way, all the way down, and then we're left with pieces like this. So that's quite a big one, so I'm gonna cut that in half again lengthways, and then we'll also be left with smaller ones. They still need to get cut in half again, and then we're left with a chip. So all our chips Not this one. That one needs that. All our chips are cut into chips. Now we need to parboil them. Parboiling, if you don't know what that is, means we're going to place it in boiling water. It's going to cook them partially, and then when we go to bake them in the oven, it means that it's going to be nice and fluffy on the inside and cooked, and you're going to be able to achieve a nice crispy golden exterior on the outside. Well, the outside is the exterior. Oh dear. Parboil your chips for 10 minutes. In the meantime, you could do anything you like. Read a book, play some Xbox, or check up on your dogs in the garden. Once you've parboiled your potatoes for 10 minutes, drain them and then leave them to sit for about 5 minutes. You want them to dry a little bit, you want that steam to evaporate. This is going to help the chips cook in the oven. And then transfer to a baking tray. Add a tablespoon of coconut oil to your chips. I prefer to melt mine first, it just makes it easier to mix it into the chips. Give your chips a really good mix up, make sure they're all coated in that coconut oil, and then bake in the oven for about 45 minutes at 200 degrees Celsius. Basil's cute because he always has to be like a little shark.
I know. He's like a piranha.
Right, so the chips are in the oven. They're starting to turn a bit golden, a bit crispy, I can see. I've been checking on them regularly, flipping them. Not like that, you dirty pervs. And then,
I don't know what that means.
That doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense. Dad joke gone wrong.
And I'm preheating my new best friend, which is my cast iron griddle. If you watch my last video, you'll know that I bought this. I've seasoned it properly now, so it's all up and running. I've used it a few times this week, and it's a joy. First thing I'm going to cook is the corn on the cob. The reason I'm doing that is because this is going to be mucky with all the chicken stuff. So, place it on. And then that's it.
That's it.
I guess I'm not going to brush it with butter. I guess you could do. I'm going to put a little bit of butter on it at the end. But what you just want to do is cook it. It's going to start to char, create nice little sort of black markings on it. And you just want to turn it regularly so it cooks evenly. And I guess it gets a bit darker in colour, becomes a bit more sort of yellow. And whilst that's cooking, let's see what the chips are saying now. Nice, sizzling. You can just, they're crispy. So 5 more minutes for the chips. This needs to be on for about 10 minutes, I'd say, and then we're gonna cook the chicken. Chicken.
Whoa. Do the whoa.
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 Ah! TikTok.
That's what the kids do.
Yeah. You're such an old man now.
Actually, whilst we're waiting for that corn to cook, let's have a go at making some piri-piri mayonnaise, which is going to be pretty simple.
Basil on tour.
A load of mayonnaise. I don't know. When you add stuff in like this, it's difficult to track the calories exactly. What do you want, little man? And then I'm just going to add a little smidgen of that piri-piri sauce in there. Just give it a nice little mix up. Nice. And there we have some Pyrenees sauce. What?
Lost a screw.
Yeah, the camera's days are limited. Look, taste that.
I'll taste on my own finger, thank you very much.
It tastes like Pyrenees, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does actually. I don't like eating sauce by itself though.
The chips are out the oven. I've actually overcooked a few of them.
Oh, I like them like that.
Yeah, they go extra crispy. Considering they're oven baked chips, they're so crispy. And we're going to add the piri salt to those in a second. First, we're going to take the sweet corn off of the griddle. You can see it looks all really juicy.
Love that.
Set those aside. They should stay warm.
That one's hairy. Not because of our hair, but it's got hair. It's got a sweet corn hair.
And now, obviously, the griddle's hot already. I brought the chicken out of the fridge so it came to room temperature a little bit. So we're not just putting really, really cold chicken on a really, really hot heat. And then basically, that's what we do. Yeah, am I going to be able to fit all of these on?
No.
At the same time?
Don't think so, hun.
Well, this is just a little one.
Oh, baby,
There we go. I feel like when we cook, we want to be moving things around all the time, but actually we just leave it to cook. Just leave it there, don't touch it. Leave it for about 5 minutes, and then we're going to flip it. Hopefully, well, not hopefully, I'm going to put my money where my mouth is. We're going to turn this over. There's going to be beautiful griddle markings across it, which looks really good, which I get very excited about. And then flip it, cook it for another 5 minutes or so, and then we're done. Actually, whilst we're doing that, should we do the piri-piri salt?
Yeah.
So for the piri-piri salt, you could mix it up in the bowl and then put it on the chips. I'm just going to put it straight on the chips. And if you followed my Instagram recipe, I was doing double the amount of chips, so double the amount of piri-piri salt ingredients. So therefore, for this one, I'm doing half. So half a teaspoon of paprika. There's not much in there. Let's just put all of that in, shall we?
Oh dear, we should have put that on our food shop.
Oh dear, yeah, you should. Garlic granules,
I hate them
Megan hates
so much.
But you liked the piri-piri chips I made the other day, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
And then just a pinch of chili powder. And I haven't actually put salt or pepper on the chips yet, not even when they were baking. So now, you know, a generous amount of salt. And where's the pepper? And the pepper, generous amount. And then we're just gonna mix it up.
How does that make peri-peri sauce? Salt, I mean.
Well, it's just, you know, a bit of spices, bit of
But it's
heat.
weird that makes it, isn't it?
Give it a good mix up. If you want to see what's going on right behind the camera right now.
Holding him.
That's what's going on behind the camera. You're teasing him.
Food. No, I'm not.
And look, that is a peri-piri salted chip. That looks pretty much like what you get in Nando's.
Sit.
And it tastes so good. I really hope I haven't burnt this chicken. Probably on there for a little bit longer than it should have been.
No, it's good to have a little bit of something.
That's good. That's fine. Okay, so I left this one on for slightly too long. It's stuck to the griddle, so that's something you need to be careful with, but it's okay. And remember, we set aside a load of piri-piri sauce, so I can just brush that on there just to make sure it's not dry and we've got loads of that piri-piri flavour.
That little thing makes me laugh.
With a brush.
It looks like a little
I love my little brush.
What is it? The cheese string advert. That's what they had, their heads are like that.
I like my little brush. So I'm just going to get some fresh piri-piri on that there. A few minutes on there, on that side of the chicken, and we're ready to go, guys. Piri-piri feast is upon us. Date night feast. Are you enjoying your date night?
Date night, crate night.
Date night.
You need to get in your crate, honey. You've been naughty trying to steal Blue's food.
So, there we are. Happy date night, happy Nando's, happy piri-piri feast.
Who's Harry, huh?
I put a little bit of butter on my corn, on the cob. We've actually put a couple cheddar slices on our chicken breast, which is what you get in Nando's if you ask for it, and that's what Megan likes. So, yeah, I always get it. My sauce shop tomato ketchup, which I've stopped. Oh
Dear.
Sriracha.
You got the wrong thing.
It's not even ketchup. That looks like ketchup. It's exactly the same. For God's sake. I don't want sriracha.
What is sriracha?
It's like a sort of Asian sweet hot sauce. I really like it.
Have that.
I like sriracha, but not with a Nando's. And yeah, that's it. I think
sauce is so nice.
it's really nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you want to try the chicken breast for everyone? Tell them how nice it is. Go on.
With my cheese.
Give you some close-ups of what's going on over here. Look at that massive puddle of sriracha. It came out so fast as well. Good?
Yeah.
Do you think it's better than the one I did the other day?
I like them both.
You like them both? So I didn't roast the lemon, as you guys know, so that would be the main difference. Anyways, come for a chat, Megan, because it's a date night and
I don't know what Basil's grumbling at. Oh, he wants to go on the sofa.
yeah, Basil's.
Oh, you always pick this spot. Look at me, I look like a flipping egg on tour.
I'm not hating the lighting.
I don't want to go under the light and look like an egg.
I am having a week off YouTube. Megan was doing it and she said you should have a week off too, and I was unsure. I felt like I didn't need it, but I feel freaking exhausted today. And
I feel like you need it now.
We've been vlogging during lockdown for how many weeks now? However many weeks lockdown has been, and I think we've done pretty well. So this is obviously a sort of cross between a vlog and a cooking video. Hope you've enjoyed it. As I said last week, you're going to start seeing more cooking videos cropping up on my channel. So if you could still check them out, even if it's something that you really don't like the look of, still just give it a little click. Just give it a little view, just give it a little like, and it might help boost it up in the algorithm, and it would help me out a lot.
Liking videos is apparently what.
Is that the key?
Yeah.
Liking, okay. And yeah, we're just gonna chill. It's gonna be 31 degrees tomorrow. We're gonna have
chill with the doggies after Basil's first jab.
Basil's getting his
Second
first
jab.
well, yeah, his second is 12-week jab, so he's gonna be able to go for walkies. Is that right? He's gonna be able to go for walkies. Look at him. Bluebeak, well, Basil, whatever your name is. Do you wanna go for walkies? He doesn't know what a walkie even is. Yeah, I'm gonna edit this video up in the morning, and then we're just gonna try and chill in the sun, have a barbecue, and have a nice relaxing weekend. FA Cup final on Saturday night. Arsenal are playing Chelsea. I'm going out with the lads to watch that. Megan's
Well, I was going to see Holly, but then she got quarantined.
yeah, Megan's friend Holly got quarantined because she just came back from Spain. We've got a trip booked. Can we say that?
Yeah.
We've got a trip booked. We're going to Paxos, and
Not for a while yet.
not for a while, but we're a little bit worried that that's going to get cancelled. I had a hospital appointment today, which was like my pre-assessment appointment. You know, it was just a routine thing where they need to go through all my medical history and stuff, and that went swimmingly. So I'm still booked in for the blah-de-blah of the blah-de-blah for my operation, and I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. Just a bit tired, a bit burnt out, I think, aren't we? We're
Yeah.
a bit burnt out. But anyways, don't want to be too negative. Hope you've enjoyed this video.
Bit my lip.
I will be back in 2 weeks' time. That feels weird saying, doesn't it?
Yeah, I didn't say it like that. I said, there's only 1 week up, I won't be there.
Yeah.
You might not know this, but I will.
My Instagram content will be staying the same as usual, so you can check me out on there. Check me out. Check out my food on there. And I don't have anything else to say, so thank you very much for watching the video again. Happy date night, and we're going to enjoy this, aren't we? I'm very, 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 very hungry now, so
Same.
thank you for watching, and I'll see you in 2 weeks' time.
Bye.
Bye.